So my name is Laura Cuthbert, and I work with something called Kudos. And this is us. It's kind of confusing from this picture, maybe. But the main thing is that Kudos is an adult learning platform for people living with developmental disabilities, but it's also an adult learning platform for you. It's for people in the community who want to share their passion, that one thing that they care about, or in some people's cases, many, many things that they care about. But we got our start a few years back. And this is us. We lived in social housing. We moved in for 3 months, 3.5 months-ish. We are a team of sociologists, anthropologists, and designers. And this team was called In With Forward. And we have 3 community partners, Burnaby Association for Community Inclusion, Simon Fraser Society for Community Living, and Possibilities. And those are all 3 different disability agencies. They're all non-for-profits who came together to pool money so that we could kind of hit the ground running. So this is us in social housing. This is our team. And together, when you think about kind of connecting with people, we think about the ways that we can do that. We go for dinner or we go out for coffee. But we started thinking about things like, how do we decorate this elevator? And we thought, what if everyone in this building had a bit more of a story? So we had 25%-ish of the people who lived in that particular apartment block, and they all lived with developmental disabilities. And we went in with this hunch that social isolation was a real deal in Vancouver, and it was a really big deal, especially for people living with developmental disabilities, because they're already kind of isolated. And we started meeting people, and we met them in their homes. But we came out with kind of a different hunch after those 3.5 months. And we started thinking, what if it's about novelty and learning? What if people are always doing the same things? So we kind of went back at it, and we started going to people's doctor's appointments with them. And we had coffee, we handed out beers, we went for dinner every night, we walked dogs, we did laundry, we did whatever we could to do the real ethnography behind it. And we started looking at people have a narrative about what they can do and what they can't do. And this is actually one of the classrooms of one of the people that we met when we were living in social housing there. And so it says, personal growth, I like and I know. And then what I'm ready to work with is what I can do. It's a bit of a barrier if you've never been asked to do much more. And it's a bit of a barrier if you are 18 years old and don't know what you can do. So I thought about our own passions. And I thought with our team of 6 people. And together we started coming up with learning experiences. So Kudos is a catalog of 120 different learning experiences for people all over Vancouver who want to share 1 hour a month with people who live with a developmental disability, but also who want to share their own know-how, share their own kind of passions. So you can see here some of my favorite experiences, including someone we actually met in that social housing who's actually now part of our team. So this is, if you ever want to learn how to make like a jingle, like a radio jingle, perhaps you're into cake decorating. Mai Tai, anyone? There's all these different pieces, and so Kudos connects 120 different people who have those things. I personally host Understanding Ghost Towns, Haida, so if you want to learn how to speak Haida, lyrics, Meet My Delica, which is Japanese auto maintenance and repair. And there's one other that tour guiding, if you also want to learn tour guiding. The core of it is that every single person in this room has something that they're kind of into, a niche interest, and I want to kind of develop that with you. I want to know your story about that. I want to know how you kind of tactily understand that. What are your artifacts? What would you do in an hour to do that? And then going forward, what's your number 1 goal? What's the most important thing that anyone could ever learn from you? Because I dare you, it's a lot. And so this is also, this is acting and also screenplay and learning anime. And we think about these positive stories that we have where people go on to want to be directors, want to be Mai Tai artists, and also join anime clubs for more than once a month. It's people developing their passions and their time. And I thank you for sharing yours with me.